Hi everyone, I'm Brian Oster. I'm president of EB-5 Capital. We're a regional center based in Washington, D.C. Our firm has been around for almost 20 years, 17 years now. We've been working with hanmaum for a very long time. So today I'll talk to you about our regional center and what a regional center is and how we operate, and then a little bit about our new projects that we have right now, and then a little bit about the next new project that we have. We have nearly 2,500 investors from around the world, 76 different countries. This is some of our team members. Right now we have 56 people in our company, and as you can tell, we have people from all over the world that work for us. These are our past projects. Everything that says completed has already been built. Jobs have been created, green cards handed out. So we used to mostly do Washington, D.C. That's where our headquarters is based in. Then we expanded to California. We've done nearly 10 projects in California, but we've done projects all across the United States. And now we've expanded so we can cover the entire continental United States. So we provide a lot of investor services. We do site tours, we have a camera, we do investor reports, we do newsletters. We mostly do apartments and hotels. There are other regional centers out there that have done a lot of different things like energy projects. So we just focus on real estate. Real estate also generally is the simplest way to get paid back, right? Because you build it, you lease it out, and then you get, either sold or refinanced. So our only job is to make sure you get green cards and make sure you get your money back. So far, in almost 20 years, we haven't lost anyone's green cards and haven't lost any money. And that's why we really only do either apartments, multifamily, or very specific hotels. We're not gonna do anything too crazy for EB-5. We label our projects Jobs Fund, JF. So this is our 43rd project. It is a hotel project in the city of Aspen, Colorado. Two very special things right now. So one is that we already have our I-956F approval. This is a new petition that the government asked for, the US government, to approve the petition first. And it could take 6 months, it could take 9 months, it could take a year. We got this in 3 months and we already have it, so it's very special. And the other thing is that this qualifies as rural. Normally, rural might mean something in a very poor area, maybe the farmland, something you might not want to invest in. But rural is just population-based. So Aspen, which is one of the wealthiest cities in America, qualifies as rural, and that gets you faster processing and more green cards available. So it's about a $200 million cost to build, which is typical for a hotel of this size in this location. And we're gonna have 108 investors in the project total. So 108 investors probably will take us 2 months. Half will be from China, a quarter will be from Taiwan, and then the rest will be India, Vietnam, Korea, and then a bunch of maybe ones and twos from all over the world. So it could go up to 5 years. So this is a little bit about the hotel. It's gonna be 59 rooms. This is a luxury hotel, super luxury, either 5-star or maybe even 6-star. We'll have a spa, restaurants, and even a private membership club. Yeah, this is me back in September, visited the site. So right now on the site is a old, very ugly, small hotel, very old, from the 1950s. So it's gonna be knocked down almost completely. They're gonna keep part of it for historic recognition, and then they're gonna build the new hotel. So this is the developer. There's a few partners in this project. This is the developer. They've done a similar hotel in Louisiana, another historic renovation. Another partner is MML. So they're gonna be operating the hotel and also managing all the restaurants, the food and beverage of the hotel. So this is a little bit more about Aspen. It's in Colorado. Aspen is probably the most famous ski resort in America. They have the X Games are there, they have film festivals, they have food and wine festivals, a lot of year-round events there. In the summer season, a little less, so it averages out to about $800, $900 a night. But if you go on, Christmas week, hotel, you can't get a hotel room. It'll be, nearly $2,000, so very expensive properties. So the city of Aspen is quite small. So the best thing about our project is the location. We are right on the base of the mountain. And there's only about 5 other hotels, luxury hotels in Aspen. St. Regis is right here down the road. Most of them are here. It's very hard to buy land in Aspen. It's very hard to get permits to build in Aspen. The city is very protective of the views and how tall a building is, and it's quite rare to have a development there. So this is the capital stack of the project. It's a very small bank loan. Almost all of our projects have bank loans first. 17% is quite low. Then you have us, EB-5, and the sponsors putting in a lot of equity. A lot of that was to buy the land. The land cost $68 million. So every project has a jobs report. We hire an economist. There's only 4 or 5 economists that do this. So you pick one, they do a report. It tells you how many jobs the hotel will produce, indirect jobs, indirect jobs. So clearly we have enough jobs to cover all investors. And this is why we keep the number of investors quite low. We don't want to bring in too many investors. We want so much job coverage. Every investor needs 10 jobs. So we have almost twice the number of jobs that you might need. This is the timeline of the project. It could exit in 2028. It also could take 2 more years, either a sale or a refinance. Most likely there'll be a refinance that will pay back the bank and pay back us. And these are guarantees that most projects have. There's a construction completion, so the developer has to build it, or we can sue them and force them to. There's a denial guarantee that we have for your I-526. This is not rural, this is high employment, so urban project. So it will take a little bit longer to get your green card. And these are apartments, so rental apartments. So you build it and you rent out an apartment, not condos, not for sale. Yeah, 53 investors, so half of the hotel. Probably also will take 2 months just because more investors right now are looking at rural projects. 325 units. This is what the units will look like. Gym, very nice kitchen, very nice appliances, kind of very high-end apartment. So on average, about $2,000 per month to rent. Atlanta is one of the booming cities in the US right now. So some companies that are headquartered in Atlanta, you may not know, but Coca-Cola, headquarter, HQ, CNN, Home Depot, Delta, and it has the world's busiest airport. Not America, the world's busiest airport in Atlanta. Same thing, bank, EB-5, sponsor. This is the same kind of capital structure that we always do. We like having a bank loan in our projects. There are some projects that don't have bank loan. Oftentimes, it's because they can't get a bank loan. They try, they can't get one. So having a bank loan is a good thing. It also keeps this number low, EB-5, which means you have more jobs, right? If this was too high, everyone would have less jobs. Same thing, construction starting now, takes 2 years to build. Then you open, you lease apartments out, and then you exit hopefully within 5 years. So that's it. This is just a summary of us and what we've accomplished so far. Almost gonna hit $2 billion at some point, maybe next year, and that will be a big achievement. But I'm here to answer any questions you have. These 2 projects will be around for 2 months or so, and I hope everyone learned a lot today. You should ask, because it's not very often that a regional center from America comes here. There's only about 10 or so that actually raise lots of money that have done, 40 projects. So you want to make sure the project is either starting construction or about to start construction, right? If you choose a project too early on, things may happen. You want to make sure that it has all the capital, all the financing it needs, so the bank or the equity. And you want to make sure there's enough sponsor equity in the project that it shows a real commitment to the project. It's really a good question because there are projects that offer that stuff. Often they do it to mask the fact that the project's not very good. So I think for EB-5, you just want to get your green card and get your money. Even the interest that we pay, very small, right? You're not doing this to make money. You should make money somewhere else. Maybe in the US or Korea, but this is just for green card. They look at, there's 3 variables: what you're building, where you're building it, and how much does it cost. And those 3 variables then tell us how much jobs come from the project.